Good evening on the World News Tonight from BGI TV. First, the headlines. Senate quizzes service chiefs over killings, kidnappings. Reps uncovers 5 banks with holding $5 billion Forex. NNPCL differs as marketers fear fuel queues spread. Period of project abandonment is over under Tinubu, Wiki declares. EFCC ropes ex-governor Yaya Bello with alleged 80.2 billion naira fraud scandal. On sports, South Africans attack cheaper United balls after declaring support for Wabali and Super Eagles. I am Morire Rabila Lawal, the news in detail. The Senate has suspended its rules to admit the service chiefs and its special advisor to President Bola Tinubu on National Assembly matters, Senator Abdullah Igumel, into the Red Chamber over the general insecurity situation across the country. They are also expected to brief the chamber on the infiltration of bandits and kidnappers into the FCT with a view to finding a lasting solution to the situation. The Senate had in a unanimous decision after an emergency session on the first legislative day of the year on January 30th, summoned the service chiefs over the state of insecurity in the country. The summon included the Chief of Army Staff, General Tawrid Lagbaja, Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Betukun, the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, Ahmed Rufai Abubakar, Director General of the Department of State Services, Yusuf Bichi, as well as the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. This move was occasioned by a motion raised by Senator Adams Oshomole. He said they have to give adequate explanation on the inadequate intelligence, asserting that Nigerians are angry with them, earns the need to invite the security chiefs to brief the Senate on the exact situation in a closed session. The House of Representatives today uncovered 5 banks with holding $5 billion in Forex. Worried by the instability in the foreign exchange market in the country, the House mandated the Joint Committees on Banking Regulations and Banking Institutions to conduct an investigative hearing into the non-compliance by banks and financial institutions with CBN directives on the net open position limits. The resolution was passed following the adoption of a motion on the matter of urgent national importance regarding the need for banks to implement CBN's policies on holding excess long foreign exchange and net open position limits, sponsored by Chairman of the Committee, House on Defense, Honorable Benjamin Benson. In his lead debate, Honorable Benson, who observed that the Apex Bank is tasked with regulating the monetary policies of the country, as provided by the CBN Act, frowned upon the blatant disregard for extant financial regulations. It is important to note that these banks often obtain foreign exchange either through purchase, borrowing, or allocation from the CBN at the official rate of 461.5 to $1 for their various customers, but hoard them as part of their bank balances or reserves. Oil marketers have expressed fears that there might be scarcity of petrol if the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited fails to make the product available to depot owners and other dealers. They said the long queues being experienced in filling stations in some parts of Ogun State might eventually spread to other parts of the nation should the NNPCL fail to sell enough petrol to distributors. Information report that long queues have since Monday resurfaced in different filling stations in Lagos State, causing traffic gridlock in Ikeja and other areas, as residents feared there might be a fresh scarcity of petrol. The queues were also noticeable at filling stations along Ikorodu Road in Lagos. Also, the total filling station at the Bolaji Bank Anthony Way had queues, which led to traffic jam around the Ikeja access. Correspondents on ground observed that many of the filling stations along the Ikeja access through Obafemi Awolowo Road in Ikeja were shut. It was also reported that all the filling stations along Ogunisi Road, inbound Berger, did not sell petrol to customers. It was also gathered that filling stations owned by NNPCL along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway did not dispense fuel as Monday evening. But while speaking to correspondent in the chat Tuesday morning, the NNPCL spokesperson, Olufemi Shuneye, dismissed insinuations of fresh fuel scarcity. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Yesom Wike, says the era of abandoning government projects has come to an end under the administration of President Bola Tinubu. Wike stated these during the flag-off ceremony of the construction of Yangoju Sukuku Ebo Road, 11 km in Kwali Area Council of the FCT. The period of abandonment of project is over. No project will be abandoned under this administration of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has mandated me and the Minister of State to take care of FCT. FCT people, this is your own turn to benefit. We will not be tired of coming to meet you from time to time. In fact, there was any way to relocate and stay with you to understand how you feel. We would do it because we are ministers for the people, Wike said. Explaining the renewed hope slogan of President Tinubu, Wike said that having recognized that many Nigerians have lost hope in the government, the president is all out to return hope to the people. He said the administration is bringing back hope by touching the rural areas because those are the people who felt that they have been abandoned and are not going to get anything from the government. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission's EFCC decision to charge Alhaji Yahaya Bello, the immediate past governor of Kogi State, with alleged 80.2 billion naira corruption has been fraught with controversy. The EFCC lodged charges against Yahaya Bello just days after he passed over power to his successor Usman Ododo on January 27, 2024, following 8 years in government. The anti-graft agency implicated Yahaya Bello in a corruption case following a new modification that added a new count to the case, which has been ongoing in court since 2002. The two defendants in the case, the ex-governor's nephew Ali Bello and his colleague Dauda Suleiman, were accused of diverting Kogi State monies. However, under the newly brought counts, the two defendants in the case were charged of conspiracy with Yahaya Bello to convert the Kogi State government total of 80.2 billion naira to their personal use. The EFCC added another suspected collaborator at the Salami Hood. The Kogi State government house cashier is still at large. The Kogi State government, on the other hand, reacted vehemently to the attempt to accuse Yahaya Bello, raising the alarm yesterday, February 6, about that what it termed as a desperate attempt by criminals masquerading as politicians to ruin the ex-governor's image for selfish motive via the EFCC. Moving on to the next story. Still with the EFCC, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has confirmed the arrest of over 40 illegal miners and the recovery of 12 trucks loaded with lithium and other minerals in Kwara State. This was disclosed on Tuesday by the commander of Ilorin Zonal Command of the EFCC, Michael Ezekwe, while speaking to newsmen in the video. The EFCC commander revealed that some of the suspects had confirmed working for some of the foreign nationals, and the agency was working hard to ensure all those involved were eventually arrested. Of course, you know that lithium is a new oil right now, so the world is after it, and that is why you see some foreign nationals are behind these ones and other people. With what we have running into billions, if you quantify, names have been named, so we are investigating. Illegal mining activities have been bane to Nigeria's socio-economic growth and are also responsible for the surge in terrorist attacks in some parts of the country. In January, your state government blamed the Ibadan explosions on the stockpiling of explosives illegally gotten by miners living in the Bodija area of the town. A fresh round of protests has broke out in Suleja, the commercial nerve center of Niger State, which is only a few kilometers away from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The angry Nigerians stormed the street on Wednesday, according to photographs obtained, saying and calling on the President Bola Tinubu-led government to end the hardship and unbearable inflation they were suffering. There is protest ongoing at the Senegal local government area of Niger State. They are calling on Tinubu to end the hardship the masses are suffering on the daily basis in the country. Information also reported that hundreds of men and women and youth in Mina, the Niger State capital, also staged a protest against the rising inflation in the country on Monday. They had also lamented the hikes in the prices of gas and fuel in the country. And to the next story. Some market women in Ogun State have called for Nigerian President Bola Tinubu's resignation over the soaring prices of goods and biting hardship in the country. The market women who berated Tinubu's administration threatened to beat up the president one-on-one. The market women disclosed this while speaking to news reporters on ground. They noted that Tinubu disappointed Nigerians, particularly the Yoruba. An elderly woman said he has disappointed us in Yoruba land. He is not behaving like a Yoruba man. We don't have food to eat. Old people are dying. Business is not moving and there is nothing. We are all hungry. The problem is too much. If you can't solve our problem, don't add to it and please resign. And to the next story. Chief Oyebanji Olofela, the Ashamo of Ibaraido, he arrested the alleged ringleader of the Fulani kidnappers arrested for the murder of 2 Ekiti monarchs. His arrest came after the apprehension of one Baboga Alaji, one of the suspected kidnappers responsible for the killing of the 2 Ekiti traditional rulers recently. He was arrested by a combined team of security apparatus from Kwara State who stormed Ijowa Ekiti in Ajoni local council development area in the morning and dispatched a team to effect his arrest from East Ibaraudo abroad. It was joy mixed with shock when Olofela was brought to Ijowa by the detached team in cuffs as villagers expressed surprise that it could be linked with the dreaded activities that have formed the nightmare of the people over time. It was gathered that Olofela and his gang are responsible for the recent killings of the Elestrum of Esru Ekiti, Oba David Babatunde Ogunshaki, and Olumojo of Imojo Ekiti, Oba Samuel Olatunde Olushola, and the Olukoro of Ikoro Kwara State, Oba Olusegun Aremoko. From that story, we'll go to the foreign. The vote to delay Senegal's presidential election until December cannot be considered legitimate, the US State Department said after the move plunged the normally stable West African nation into its worst crisis in decades. The reaction is the most critical to date from one Senegal's major international allies after the delay to the February 25th polls sparked growing concern, both at home and abroad. Lawmakers voted almost unanimously in favor of the postponement on Monday night, but only after security forces stormed the chamber and removed some opposition deputies who were unable to cast their votes. The United States is deeply concerned by actions taken to delay Senegal's February 25th presidential election, which run contrary to Senegal's strong democratic tradition. Matthew Miller, a U.S. State Department spokesman, said in a statement published on Tuesday. Finally, sports. As the Super Eagles are gearing up with the light work towards a match against the Bafana Bafana of South Africa, here comes another part of the story. Chippa United chairman Siswe Mpengasi has sparked outrage in South Africa after he declared his support for club star Stanley Nwabali. Information can report that the Chippa United boss released an official statement to reveal the club's position ahead of a clash between Nigeria and South Africa. In a lengthy statement posted on the social media platform X.com via the club's official account, the president congratulated the Premier League Soccer League for having the most players at AFCON and applauded Bafana Bafana coach Hugo Bruce for selecting homegrown talent. However, he then proclaimed that he and Chippa United stand behind Nwabali, who is the club's first-choice goalkeeper, and the Super Eagles against South Africa due to the player's rising profile. Nwabali plays for Chippa United and has impressed at the tournament so far. As the chairman of Chippa United FC and as a proud South African, I find myself in a unique position during this 2023 AFCON tournament in that our very own Nigeria's international Stanley Nwabali has been a revelation. His performance with the Nigerian national team has caught the eyes of the globe, earning him and our club international claim, he said. We wish the Super Eagles a very victorious outing. And before we come to the end of today's world news, here come some headlines. Senate quizzes service chiefs over killings, kidnappings. Reps uncovers 5 banks withholding $5 billion Forex. NNPCL differs as marketers fear fuel queues or spread. Period of project abandonment is over under Tinubu, Wiki declares. EFCC ropes ex-governor Yaya Bello with alleged 80.2 billion naira fraud scandal. On sports, South Africans attack Chippa United Bulls after declaring support for Nwabali and Super Eagles. For update of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Baba Bagede Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawa. We're wishing the Super Eagles a victorious outing against South Africa and possibly bring back the cup home. Amen.